Hi! Welcome to the tutorial video on how to use Aikoblak's Wickerbeast base pack. In this short video you will see how to make the most out of this pack and how to get the best results. When opening the file, this is the first thing you see. I will be using Paint Tool Sci 2 to show this tutorial, but you can also use Photoshop, Paint Tool Sci 1 or any other drawing program that uses layers. When looking at the pack you will see a short written guide. This is in case you do not watch this video. You can turn off the layer or delete it if you do not need it. With your layers you will find the pack options folder. In this folder you will find all kinds of folders consisting of subspecies traits, horns, manes, eyebrows and tails. In these folders you will find all kinds of different layers to customize your Wickerbeast. Before actually creating a Wickerbeast is to save the file as something else. In this case I will give it the name example1 and save it as a sci file. Now that we've made sure you're not working in your main file, we can change around your Wickerbeast. Going to the options, I want to choose a Kingbeast Wicker. Then I will choose the Kingbeast Fluff. For the horns, you have front horns and back horns. This is so that the back horn layer is behind your hair layer. In this case, I will choose pair 2 for the front ones and also pair 2 for the back ones. You can change around the horns and create a Wickerbeast with different kinds of horns. But for now, I will just use pair 2. And to give your Wickerbeast some cool manes, you can choose all kinds of different layers to create a cool hairdo. I will choose a mohawk going with my... And we have the options to change the eyebrows. I will make him a very angry boy. And last but not least, I will get rid of the standard tail and choose the folder for Kingbeast tails. I have different kinds of options there. I will choose option 1. Now that I have created the layers that I want to use, we are going to erase some things. Most of the erasing will be done in the body base layer, as this is the layer that goes underneath all the layers that you have previously added. For example, this ear will not be visible behind the horns and hair, so I will erase everything that will not be visible. Then there is this line on the cheek, which will be removed because the fur will be covering this. And also the shoulder. And don't forget these lines of the chest. Be very careful not to erase lines that you will be able to see, but I'm very sure you're capable of doing so. Then there are the fluffs that I want to be able to stand loose on their own, so I will delete these layers. I will keep that. Then there's this. There we go. And that's behind there as well. Now, as you can see, there are a couple of spots that still overlay each other. For example, this horn should not be visible behind the hair, which means I'm going to back horns, go to that one horn I selected, and I will erase that horn on the part that is behind the hair. There we go. And then for the hair, it will not be visible behind the horn. So for the mane, I will go to the mohawk layer and I will delete everything that you will not see when actually working in a 3D layer. There are some other spots which you might want to keep an eye out for. For example, this is also some fluff that needs to be erased, and these lines do not correspond with the fluff that goes there. Then for the tail is the last layer that we're going to erase for now, because the fluff that goes with the subspecies of the Kingbeast actually goes behind the tail here, because the tail hangs between the legs and not behind the fluff that's over there. Well then, now that we have our clean lining, we can go and move the layers. To remove the layers, I will first move the body base above the pack options. Then, for the subspecies traits, the king fluff will go there as well. Then for the front horns, I picked horn 2. For the mane, I picked the mohawk. For the back horns is also bear 2. And then the eyebrows were angry, and the tail was King Beast Tail 1. There, we can now close the pack options, and now that we have all the layers that we have used here, we're going to do one last check. Are the layers corresponding correctly with each other? Are there no weirdly layers that are covering each other? For example, I forgot here to erase the ear. This is also a base line. If you are not sure on which layer your line is, hold Control inside and then click the layer. In this case, you can see here it's a body base. Here you can see it's the angry layer from the eyebrow. Here you can see this is pair 2 on the front. And if you click that line, you will be automatically brought into the layer that that line can be found on. I think that I'm quite happy with how this looks right now, which means I can go and merge the layers. In Paint Tool side, there is here is the merging, transfer the painting to the current layer into the next layer. I will do that and then delete it and continue that until everything is inside the body base layer. Now that the lining is one and the same layer, I can show that by moving it around as one piece. I'm going to select the Magic Wand tool. This next part is all about coloring. If you are familiar with coloring your bases, then you are done. But if you're not, then please continue watching. I will select similar colored area, and I'll have to change my range of similar color a bit around a bit to see what works best. In this case, this is fairly accurate, but I want it to close in a bit more. So I'll up it a bit, and there we go. I think that's neat. Then I will not forget the parts underneath the arm and the bit right there underneath the leg. And now that I have everything selected except for the Wickerbeast, I will go to selections and invert selection. This in Paint Tool side can also be done by using Alt-SI in my case. After I've done that, I will make a new layer, move it underneath the lining layer, and I will choose a color that is not on the Wickerbeast I will be creating. In this case, it will be a very weird mint green, and I will color my Wickerbeast that color. After that, I can remove the selection. I'll save it here, and I can lock my opacity. By locking the opacity, I can actually draw on this layer while not going outside of this layer. By doing so, you can just color every part you like. That's all I have on this tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you will enjoy your Wickerbeast pack. Thank you very much for purchasing it, and I hope to see a lot of creations. Thank you.